All right, so today we're going to talk about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I just beat it like 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago I beat that shit. And first, we're going to talk about the story, gameplay, and my opinions about the whole entire thing. Obviously, this game has been around since when was Mass Effect 3 dropped? 2012, 13, 14. I might be completely wrong on the dates, but the remastered wise, they did a good job. I'm not gonna lie, they did a really good job. It seems like with two and three, mostly three, there were some bugs. It was just a little bit buggy that they probably didn't really give a fuck about. They just literally just made the game look better and play a little bit smoother, but they didn't really get rid of a lot of bugs. There were some audio bugs too when there would be dialogue and the character's face wasn't moving, or the nigga would act like he's talking to like a comm in his ear, but the nigga's hand would just be out like he's doing some goddamn ninjutsu or some shit. So it was just small things like that, which was whatever. I'm not gonna lie, the first game to the second game, it was such a breath of fresh air. I'm not gonna lie, it was such a like playing the first game and how like it looked good. It looked very tolerable to play for sure. Cause in my mind, I'm thinking if this game looks ugly, even though it's remastered, it's gonna be hard for me to play this shit. And it wasn't. It was actually it didn't look bad. I was actually really happy with it. Playing the second, mind you, I never played Mass Effect 2 or 3. I could never. I only played one when like back in the time when the first game came out, but that's when the game was kind of old, the first one, and I couldn't beat it because for some weird reason, when I make it to the end of the game, I just couldn't kill Saren. Like either my gun was too weak or I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but it would get to a point where I would shoot him, and then either my gun would overheat. But when my gun is like cooling down, the nigga's full health will come back and shield will come back, or just his full shield will come back, and I would do no damage. So I just couldn't beat him. His health would get to a certain point, and then it just wouldn't go down anymore. It would just refill back up, or his shields would come back. I would restart it, replay the mission all over again, and the same thing would happen. So I made it to the end, and I just couldn't beat it. One complaint I had about the first game when I did as a kid playing it, it is so hard. I mean, it might be because I'm a dumbass or some shit, but it was so hard in the first game, just the first game, to know where the fuck to go. It would just be like a lot of running around and shit until you find like a corridor or something that'd be like, oh, okay, there's enemies here. Maybe I'm supposed to go this way, or just something like that. One thing I liked about the transition from the first game to the second game, which was my first time playing it, the second and third, it was just like it felt like a new iOS update. Like it was just so much better, not graphically wise, but just like gameplay, the mechanics, everything just ran smoother. Just like the like everything was just way better. It really felt like a true sequel in the gameplay and mechanics aspect and in the story. It just felt so like I don't know. It just felt like a breath of fresh air. That's like the best way to say it. Second and third, I didn't really see no changes. It pretty much was the same. I thought it was gonna look amazing the third game, but it didn't look that different. It looked like uh, Mass Effect 2, honestly. And yeah, nothing with that. Now I'm gonna talk about the story. Now the story, I mean, it was looking at it from like game. It's a good story. Like the story is good. The story is very very good. The story is fucking amazing. But the complaint I have that just you know how niggas watch a movie or some shit and if some shit doesn't make sense they call it out. I was listening to this. I was like, so you mean to tell me this nigga Shepard spent 4 years, 2 years, a year, I don't know how long, I forgot already, letting the whole civilization know that there's an ancient machine race to come in and extinct the whole entire galaxy for the most part and leave only the primitives for them to grow intellectually. And they do that every 10,000, 50,000, 60,000 years. Every new cycle, they just extinct half of the galaxy and do that over again. And Shepard had a vision from the ancient race, the last race that got extinct. They don't know what the fuck happened to him. Shepard tries to tell them what's going on. I'm thinking in playing the game. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they probably know that the Reapers are coming. They're just telling Shepard to like to not cause some type of public scare or something like that. I thought they knew, and they were secretly planning some type of shit in the background. But these niggas did not do nothing. They literally did not do nothing the whole 3 games. I had the whole shit on my back. The whole 3 games, they did not do nothing. When the Reapers showed up, they were surprised. I thought, I'm not gonna say that's bad writing. I'm just gonna say like that was my biggest complaint. I'm just like, imagine the Egyptians or some shit, the Greeks, or I would say the Egyptians. People go to the pyramid, and for some reason, they know that the pyramid technology has the abilities to give you memories, or no, they didn't know that, but the pyramid in Egypt has some crazy metaphysical properties to it. Now we go, and for some reason the Egyptians were wiped out. They don't know what the fuck happened. They was wiped out. They had speculations for this happening, but they got wiped out. And they know. I feel I can't use that analogy though, because the Protheans, they have technology that far supersedes like what they had in the game. So it makes sense, but me using this Egyptian analogy is kind of shitty because it just doesn't make no sense. There'd be too many holes in it. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that when an ancient race that came before you, that pretty much supposedly built the Citadel, the mass relays, all that shit, all of a sudden you realize that they were actually extinct by the real things that created the Citadel and the mass relays to extinct the galaxy. And Shepard, and the thing that pisses me off, in the beginning of the first game, they tried to say Saren was a traitor. We don't have proof. Shepard comes in with proof. Oh, Saren's a traitor. The fucking Reapers, the fucking ship Saren's in is a Reaper. Reapers aren't real. What are you talking about? Reapers aren't real. The motherfucker almost took over the Citadel. They got shook. Okay, now the Reapers are coming. Nigga, Reapers aren't coming. I'm like, my nigga, how many times is... I can understand them being cautious, but how many times does a nigga have to say some shit and it really happens for you to really at least have an open mind about it? And they could say, oh, and the one point in the game, they were talking about your decisions could, if we act on rash decisions, it could affect the whole course of the galaxy. In my mind, I'm thinking, how the fuck, what the hell, what kind of decision would you have made to cause something in the galaxy like in a bad way? Out of speculation. Isn't that more just being cautious and just being, at least being open-minded about it, saying, okay, he's saying the Reapers are real. He was right about Saren. He was right about Sovereign attacking the Citadel. I'm going to at least, put something together just in case that day comes, So it's just like, bro, that whole part of it, that shit didn't make no sense. Like, I don't know. That's just me ranting about the story-wise, because it's just like, none of this would have happened. And that's why I killed the council in the first game, because them niggas was playing with me. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, these niggas are not believing anything I'm saying right now. These niggas got to die. Like, what the fuck? And on top of that, it makes more sense. Bro, we can get a new council. Y'all niggas are replaceable. Y'all niggas don't have no special intellect to y'all, except not believing shit I say. So, I got rid of them, got them up out of there. They was washed and got some new niggas in there. And that was that. But story-wise, it was cool. But it just like, that was just my complaint about it. Now, I realized that to get the perfect ending, you got to do like a lot of different shit, which it was crazy because I was playing this game blind, and for the second and third, and I was making all the right choices just naturally. Which when I was looking it up, I was like, oh my, holy shit! I could have really. There was moments where I could have picked the wrong choice and it would have fucked me up. And I love games like this, to where it's just like. Everything, it's kind of has like a Telltale Games type of aspect to it. Everything you do in the first game leads to the second game, and everything that you did in the second game and the decisions you made, whether you did some crazy stupid ass decisions, will lead into the third game and lead to what the fuck happens for the final outcome. Like if you kill Rex, you won't be able to kill. If you kill the genophage, the nigga that takes Rex's spot is more aggressive, so it might cause war, as opposed to if you saved Rex and then he's more calm and cool and you already know him, so he will be able to put a lid on the whole Krogan war again. And as opposed to just a bunch of other decisions and shit like that. Mind you, I killed Ashley because I didn't realize I was supposed to see her in the hospital a bunch of times to gain trust. I killed the fuck out of Ashley. Fuck her. That racist ass slut. Fuck her. Fuck Ashley. She got her up out of there. She was washed. But nah. And another part of the game where I tried. When I say I tried. When we was with a Legion, and I was supposed to make peace between the Quarians and the Geth. I literally tried. I looked up and down the game forums. I literally did everything. The only thing that I didn't do was kill the heretics, but that doesn't fuck up anything. So and I at first I thought it was my reputation bar. So I literally had the bar maxed out by doing DLC missions and shit like that. Go back to it. Still didn't show up. I replayed the mission probably like 5 times. I am not joking when I say that. I replayed that Geth mission where you destroy the Reaper base like 5 times to try and get the outcome where I can make peace between both of them. Because I genuinely just wanted peace. Like I just wanted the good ending, the good shit, all the good parts of it. I didn't want to make no hard decisions and shit like that. And it was still tough. I'm just like, God damn, that shit was so lame. So I didn't know what I did wrong, and I was for damn sure was not about to go back to Mass Effect 2. And that's what I like about the game. Once you make a decision and you play the next one, nigga, it's locked in. Like, unless you want to go back to the second game, fix that up, and then restart the third game again, and then get up to that. No, fuck no. There's no way. There's no way. There was no way I was going to do that shit. That was way too much work. There was no fucking way. One more thing I want to touch on before I end this is that one DLC where Clone Shepherd was trying to kill me, set on those mercenaries and shit. I realized that was probably my favorite. That and the Leviathan, which we'll get to after. That is my favorite DLC for the fact that like it gave me a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy vibes with the comedy, because it was kind of weird playing the game. You know, there's not really that much, not really no comedy at all, low key. And then you play that DLC, they're just throwing jokes. Everyone's just throwing jokes and shit. Like that shit was fun. That was really fun to play. I'm not gonna lie. And then like that was just fun. I don't know. I was playing that. I was just like, I don't know. It just had me thinking like, damn, these are the same characters that I pulled from the first game, made the right decision, second game, third game, and it's just I don't know. It just gave me I really enjoyed that experience. I don't know. It really like gave me an encompassing like feel for Mass Effect. I was like, man, this is why I love this game, and that DLC really solidified that shit because it's just like I don't know. I love a well-rounded game that has story, plot, comedy mostly, that just makes it fun. And the shit that they were saying, it was just funny. Like I was genuinely enjoying myself. It was the levels were kind of like this kind of the same shit. You shoot niggas, you move up to go fight, but it was just the comedy that was just making, and it's just the dialogue in between characters and shit, which was making it real fun. And also the doing the whole party shit like and shit like that. It just made me realize how much I love space games, or just how much I love well created games that people take their time on. I feel like nowadays, other than rebooting shit, no one has really made a successful franchise like Mass Effect on some real shit. Like name one game that's not a reboot. That's not some already old game that they reboot. No, like on some like I really realized like damn they don't do this often. They don't make games like this a lot. Where especially like Mass Effect, where it's like a role playing game, and you make decisions and it goes to the next game and the next game, and it just has all these characters you grow up with pretty much. It's like watching a fucking TV show. And I'm just like, one day, I really hope they really start encompassing the theatrical and the story wise. Like I'm watching a movie. I wanted to feel like I'm watching a movie, but also playing a game. I feel like with Telltale, it felt too much like watching a show. Like I'm pretty sure why Telltale went out of business is because nobody played their fucking games except YouTubers, and everybody would just watch the YouTubers play the game because there's no real fun mechanics to it. It's literally just like watching a TV show, but it's like a video game. You just make decisions and shit. And it was just like, I hope they make games like this. Like they continue to create franchises and just make trilogies to make a completely new, fresh story, new, fresh characters. I feel like with Andromeda, why it didn't do good because people just didn't like reboots. Nigga, like no one likes new characters. Like I feel like when you make a character and you grow with this character and these set of characters, it's just so hard doing something else but in that same universe because it doesn't hit the same. It never hits the same. And you can, and I feel like a lot of people will agree with me on that, and it never hits the same. You can name just TV shows like Legend of Korra. I can promise you no one's gonna say Legend of Korra is better than The Last Airbender. No one's gonna say that shit. Everyone's gonna say The Last Airbender was way better than Legend of Korra because you grew with those characters, you watched the progression, and you just watched that whole thing. And then them bringing something new into it in that same universe, it's just not the same. And I feel like I'll even go off and say I feel like they haven't successfully done that before in a show or a game where they bring up a new cast, a new set, or a new whatever, and we like that more than the original or the main shit. I will say that. I feel like that's bold to say, but I truly feel that. Now, last point here was the whole Leviathan DLC. I feel like, you can tell playing these DLCs that these were just added in the game, like the party DLC, like that, like the whole with fighting the evil clone shepherd and shit. I could tell that was a DLC that was like added. I could just tell, but just literally just from the dialogue, because they were not saying this shit the entire game. They literally just started throwing that shit in, and it also seemed like some post game type of shit that you would play. So with the Leviathan, I thought it was pretty cool knowing the Reapers creators, because I'm thinking like, what the fuck created the Reapers? And I kind of like how the game starts. You really don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, they didn't really build up characters, tell you who this person was. It just says you pick this character, he's Commander Shepard, he does this. You pick whatever background you want, and you just gotta figure shit out as you play through the game. Which I really like how they did that. Instead of just you know telling you from the beginning what's going on, and then you just you already know. You start to unfold everything as you continue to keep playing and figuring out shit. So the Leviathan DLC, it was crazy. I didn't realize that the Reapers was modeled after big aquatic, I don't even know what the fuck you would call them. Opposite Leviathans, but it was just weird. I don't know. I just love the designs that these guys be making from, and the whole lore behind it too, with the whole how the Leviathan created the Reapers. I don't know why. I don't remember why, but I guess they decided to just extinct humanity because I forgot the reason why. I literally forgot why the Reapers did that in the first place. But hold on, give me a second. Damn, why did they fucking start doing that shit? Was it because I guess they were doing that so okay, yeah. So organics wouldn't create AI that would cause chaos to the whole entire galaxy, or some shit like that. Am I right, or am I completely fucking wrong? So they would literally just kill the organics, so or life. That way they won't progress enough to create AI and then AI creates chaos and catastrophe and all type of shit. So I don't know. Seeing the whole lore behind it, that was dope. That was cool. It was a fun experience playing it through all three games, especially. But the one thing, which was kind of my only con and dislike, how the first game, I don't know, maybe because I'm so used to story building and just maybe because I watch too much goddamn anime or just TV shows and just see how the story builds and progresses to something crazy big, as opposed to a game like this. Because the first game was just okay, you beat Saren. The whole game, stop Saren, and just stop Saren. Second game, stop the collectors. That's how you that off rip. Stop the collectors. First game, stop Saren, stop the collectors. Third game, build the catalyst and stop the Reapers. And that's literally it. And you get military force and shit like that. But if you think about it, there was no real crazy story building. He discovers this shit and this shit that comes with the DLC after, which most people already beat. But since I played the Legendary Edition, I got to play as I got to go, so it made sense. But I was saying without the DLC, it's just straightforward. Do this, do that, do this every game. From the jump, you just know. That was my only complaint about it. But nah, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, it was a real experience. I love space games. I love space games. I can't wait to see what they do with Starfield. I really hope that it's fun. I don't know. I enjoyed Skyrim. Fallout, I'm not a big Fallout fan, but I enjoyed Skyrim a lot and Elder Scrolls. So I'm so curious to how they do a Starfield and how they come out with that. Whether it's going to be a story or you just do missions like type of like Fallout kind of. I don't know, but we'll have to see though. So Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I really enjoyed it. I gave it like a 8 out of 10, 100%. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what they do when they bring out Mass Effect 4, probably coming in 2023 or some crazy shit like that. Somewhere distant, probably 2023. Next year they'll probably have a teaser trailer and then they'll drop it for 2023. I can see that happen. Or maybe they'll have they'll have a trailer probably late 2022 and then drop it next year. Oh, the year after, yeah. So yeah, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I really enjoy it. If you never played Mass Effect before, I would say play the game. I mean, I spoiled the shit out of it, but hey, if you still want to play it, go for it, buddy. But no, yeah, I enjoyed this game. It was really fun, especially reliving my childhood again with the first game, and then just playing it. It was real fun. I really enjoy games like these. I really hope they make more like it and make more franchise games and just trilogy games where it just continue like they have characters that you can grow with. I feel like that creates a really solid, strong fan base, especially when the story is actually fucking good. So nah, I enjoyed Mass Effect Legendary Edition. If you still haven't got it yet, I would say go buy that shit because that game is fun, and I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy yourself. Trust me.